Hey everyone, today is Friday, so that means it is time for another Friday Free Talk. So in the past couple of weeks, there's been two updates to a couple games that I thought were originally considered dead at launch, but somehow still seem to be able to get in content. That first one is No Man's Sky. They got another massive update, which is, I don't know, at this point it isn't surprising, but it should be. And Battlefield 2042 also got a big update. So I was thinking that there are a few games that kind of do this, and I was trying to come up with a term for it. Right now I'm just calling it the No Man's Sky method, which is essentially you release a game that is clearly unfinished, whether that be from a rush from the publishers or there just wasn't enough polish from the devs, or most likely a combination of both. And I was trying to think, is this good or is it completely bad? Like, obviously it's bad, but is it 100% bad? I've been thinking there are a few games that have actually worked out the flaws and released great titles in the end. Like, the most prominent example I can think of is one of my personal favorites, which is Battlefront 2. Obviously everyone knows how bad that launch was for that game, but if you go and play it now, I think it's fantastic and 100% worth your money. But then on the other hand, there are games where it never works out, like Anthem. Truthfully, I've never played that game, so I can't really tell you how bad the launch was, but I know that people were not happy with it, and I don't think it was ever really able to recover, unfortunately, which is why I got the can. And then there's still those games that are in the middle. There are quite a few that are still yet to be determined. I'm thinking like The Avengers, Cyberpunk 2077 could be good if they're still going to add that multiplayer feature, or just, I guess, fix the general single player, or even, like I said, Battlefield 2042. So I guess this question is essentially asking, how do we feel about this? On the one hand, I understand why people would be upset because you pay money for a game expecting it to be ready to go. But then, on the other hand, now, this is me trying to justify something that shouldn't need to be justified, but I don't know, I need content on this channel. On the other hand, it feels like I'm basically playing an open beta, and if done correctly, can have some sort of input on what features stay or are taken out of a game. Battlefield 2042 is the most recent example I can think of. Since this game is hoping to be a games as a service type of platform, they've been rolling out updates to make the game better, such as new maps, improved graphics and textures, and just more quality of life things. They've even been making community requested changes, like editing the voice lines of characters, weapon balancing, and the most shocking one of all, adding a scoreboard. I'm just kidding. Obviously that one should have been in there at launch. What are your guys' thoughts on this? I guess I'm just trying to look at all the horrible releases we've had in recent years and just trying to find something positive. To be honest, I'm not even quite sure if this is positive, really. I'm happy that there are games that the devs don't give up on, and it's really cool to see some of them go above and beyond what was originally expected. Like No Man's Sky. That game keeps producing massive updates, so much so that personally, I think that it is worth well over the original $60 asking price. If all crappy launches ended up like this, then I think people would be more okay with them, but obviously that's not always the case. So my question to you guys is, are you willing to forgive devs if they can prove to make a good game eventually? Or do you expect all the kinks to be ironed out by launch? And if that game doesn't launch very smoothly, are you willing to forgive devs who put the work in and add tons of additional content later on, like the devs of No Man's Sky? Obviously, it's a very strange topic, and I'm not really sure even how I feel about it. It's just something that I sort of thought about these past couple weeks. Let me know what you guys think below in the comments. I want to know what the new standard is for game releases today in our modern video game age, or whatever you want to call this. I appreciate you guys as always. I hope you have a fantastic weekend, and I will catch you on the next one.